Good morning everyone. Today I'm going to be filming my March favourites video. This is actually the first video I'm filming since I got back from my holiday. You might have already seen another video go up, but I don't always film in order. So I'm sitting on my bed. I thought I would get comfy today and I just wanted to sit and chat to you guys about my favourite products from the last month. You may have noticed that I do my monthly favourites videos kind of mid-month, and that's just because I feel like for you guys, I know it can get a bit boring when you have to watch kind of 10, 20 favourites videos one after the other. So I like to upload on a different day to everyone else. And I know that makes it seem like it's not the end of the month yet, but I basically just do it from the last time I filmed a monthly favourites video. So there's always a month, it's just not always exactly the whole of that month, if that makes sense. I have lots of honeymoon related products this month for obvious reasons. I'm gonna get started with my Muji packing cubes. I watched one of Ingrid's packing videos years ago and invested in some of the Eagle Creek packing cubes. So these are just, well, as it sounds, a packing cube. It zips open, you can put your clothes in it, and it just makes it easier when you're traveling around, especially. Like when I was younger, my mum used to always do this. We had clear cubes and she'd put tops in one, dresses in others, just so you don't have to unpack your whole suitcase every time you move. These were quite expensive though, and they're quite thick, which makes them a little bit heavier once they're filled. So I recently found some in Muji and I really like these because they are so like light and flimsy. If you're not using them, you can just fold them up into a tiny ball. They come in all different sizes. I got some little ones for like bikinis and underwear, and then I got some bigger ones for clothes. And as I said, it makes it just so much easier. We travelled around a lot on our honeymoon, and it meant that every time we got to a new hotel, I didn't have to unpack my whole case. I could just grab the packing cube that I needed, and it makes life a lot easier. But yeah, I think these are great. I think they're quite affordable. I can't really remember, but I just really like how breathable and lightweight they are. I put up quite a few videos whilst I was away. Actually, if you haven't checked them out, please go check them out, because for some reason when you're on holiday, videos just don't get great views. Maybe because you're not like pushing them as much, or people know you're away. I don't really know, but please go check out those videos if you haven't seen them yet. One of them was about long haul flights and my tips and how I deal with it, and in that I mentioned a neck pillow, and I got so many comments asking for a link to the neck pillow. I thought I would mention in here. I got this recommendation from Fleur in one of her videos. I've never really been into these neck pillow kind of things. I always feel like they just give you a really bad neck, but this one is really great. It's called Memory Soft. I think I just got it on Amazon. It wasn't cheap, but it's so worth it if it, like for an overnight flight, if it makes you sleep. So it's kind of like memory foam, which means that it's just a lot bigger than, some of them have like beads in them and I feel like they just don't do anything. So this one is really big, it clips together here, and then you like don't even really have to move your neck much to fall asleep. I found this helped so much on the long haul flight that I just went on. It really made sleeping a lot easier when you're like sitting in a chair and you're not lying down on a bed, and it's really soft as well. So I will link this below for anyone who wanted to check it out. Okay, SPF. Now you guys might think I'm a bit crazy. I have 3 SPFs to recommend this month, but I just really think these are the perfect like trio of sun creams. You don't need all 3 obviously, but this is what I really like to have with me on my holiday. The first one is Darfan. It's just a sun cream in SPF 30, and I really like to use a cream on my body in the morning when I'm like in my hotel before I go out, because then I feel like I get a really good base layer all over. But I find that applying cream when I'm like on the beach or by the pool or out and about is quite difficult. So this is the one I use when I'm in my hotel room or flat or wherever, and I apply it all over my body. It's thick but not too thick. It rubs in really nicely. I really trust Darfan as a brand and I really like this one. This is almost finished. I kind of brought it back with me just to show you guys. The one I use on my body when I'm out and about is from a brand called Cooler. I think you can get this on Cult Beauty. You can also buy it in Sephora. And this is the Tropical Coconut scent. There's quite a few different scents, but this is so easy because it's a spray, like an aerosol spray, and it's clear. So you can literally just spray it all over. You don't even really need to rub it in because it kind of sinks straight into the skin. And this is the one I like to use when I'm by the pool or on the beach or walking around in the sun. This is the handbag size. There is a big one. But as I said, I like to use a cream first and use this one for when I'm like on the go. And it's so great. And then for my face, I like to use the La Roche-Posay Anthelios XL, and this is in 50, SPF 50. I really like to use a higher SPF on my face because obviously you don't want to get like a leathery, wrinkly face when you're older. I really like the little cute packaging of this, and this is a bit more of like a fluid, silky feeling rather than like a heavy cream. So it's also good if you want to layer it underneath your makeup. Now moving on to my music favourite of the month. I think it's going to be an obvious one. but it's Ed Sheeran's new album, Divided. I really like Ed Sheeran. He's maybe a little bit too poppy for me, but I feel like I'm quite invested in him. I remember when he was like doing local gigs in Camden. He's also from the same kind of area where Rich is from in Suffolk. And I don't know, I feel quite like proud that he's British and he's doing so well. Anyway, I really like his new album. He said in an interview that he wanted it to be quite schizophrenic. So he wanted it to feel like it's a bit all over the place and doesn't flow. And you can definitely tell that each song is quite different and is inspired by his year of travelling. I've read quite a few comments from people who said that the Irish-inspired songs make them cringe. I'm not Irish. I personally really like them, but I can kind of see that maybe they're a bit like stereotyping. But I really do think there's some great songs on there. I really like Dive. I really like Galway Girl. I kind of like them all really. I'd say there's only like 2 that I'm not that into, and also the singles are a bit like overplayed now. I really like the song that John Mayer does the guitar solo on, and I said to Rich when we were listening to this over and over and over again on our trip, and I said this one just really sounds like a John Mayer song, and then I read in an interview that it was John Mayer playing the guitar, so I was pretty proud of myself. Okay, let's go on to some makeup favourites. These are new from Clarins. They are the Skin Illusion Blush, and I got sent these just before I left, so I took a couple of them. Actually, I think I just took one with me on the trip, and they were so handy. Okay, let me show you. It comes in this little pot, and you screw off the lid, and it's kind of like bouncy. I don't know if you can see that. Inside the lid is the product. It's a cream blusher. And on the other side is a foam applicator. So they kind of press together and then you dot it on your cheek and blend it out. It comes in 3 shades, a pink, a coral and a kind of nude. Now they're not the perfect blushes. I've read some reviews that say they're quite patchy, and I agree, they can be quite patchy, but they're so practical and easy that it's kind of the perfect blush to travel with. I loved it for the days where I just wanted to wear a little bit of makeup. I'd literally just go pat, pat, and then either with my finger or a brush, I just kind of blend it in. And if you're quick with the blending, it doesn't go patchy. I think they're really cool. I think it's really clever for spring, summer, and I can't pick which one to keep. I know I don't need both. I feel like 02 might be better because 01 is a bit more pink. 02 is a bit more like nudie, corally. I think they're really cool, definitely worth checking out. I'm not sure if they're out yet, but they should be out in spring. I also fell back in love with my absolute favourite cream bronzer. Someone commented somewhere on my Instagram maybe saying that this has been discontinued, and if it is, I'm going to be distraught because every summer I just bring this out and I forget how much I love it. It's from YSL and it's their Le Saharian Cream Bronzer. Well, I actually don't know if it's called a cream bronzer. Healthy Glow Balm Powder. Mine is disgusting because I have used it so much. I think I have another one, maybe in a slightly different shade. But this is just so good in the summer. I'm actually wearing it today because it gives the most natural bronzy glow. It makes it look like you've actually been sitting out in the sun. I use the Real Techniques contour brush and I just put it along my cheekbones. I actually put it over the bridge of my nose, along my cheekbones, on the edge of my hairline, and it's the most like dewy, glowy, lovely, delicious bronzer. I just think it's so good. The perfect holiday bronzer ever. The final makeup product is by Becca. This is a travel size that I think I may have got in Sephora. It is the Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. So this is a liquid highlighter and it just looks so nice. Like, I might do a video on my honeymoon makeup. Actually, I may have already put it up. I might film it tomorrow and put it up Wednesday. If I have, I will link it above, because I just wanted really natural, dewy, glowy makeup for the days that I was actually wearing makeup, which wasn't that many days, but if I decided to. And this is just a little tube of liquid that I like to take a little bit on my finger and then just pat it into the skin, and it just meshes with the skin. You can use a wet sponge to blend it in, and it's gorgeous. Opal's a really nice shade. I just love all of Becca's highlighters. I think they're brilliant, and this one is really nice. Okay, a few more random favourites before I wrap this up. The next one is a camera lens. Look at this beast. I rented this lens from Jessop's. I really wanted to take a great camera lens with me for safari, but I didn't really want to invest in a lens like this because I just don't think I'll ever use it again. It's a brilliant lens, but I just know what I'm like and it's too big and heavy. I'll never take it out. This is the Canon 70 to 200mm 2.8, and it's a zoom lens. So Jessop's actually rent out lenses, which I think is brilliant. So I rented one for safari. I think I had to take out a separate insurance and stuff just to make sure, like in case it got stolen or anything. But it worked so well. I'm going to insert some of my favourite images that I took on safari whilst I talk now. and I did look like a bit of a camera enthusiast bringing this out, but I loved it. I'm not used to having such a wide kind of lens. I'm used to using a fixed lens, like a 50mm. So it was so nice also to be able to like zoom out and really see the whole frame. And it zooms in all the way to 200, so you can get really close, you can get massive like detail on the animals' faces. I tried not to take too many like close-ups because I think it's nice to also just see the scene around the animals, but it was brilliant. I really, really loved using this lens. I'm so glad that I took it with me, and I would highly recommend it. And I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of my photos. The next favourite is a film that I watched on the plane. It's called I, Daniel Blake, and it is brilliant. You have to watch it. I don't want to give away too much. I'm really bad at describing films, but it is an English film about a man who is stuck in the benefits system. So he's kind of in limbo where he can't work, but he's not getting benefits because the benefits system thinks that he is able to work, and it's very emotional and sad and touching and important, and it makes you think a lot, and I just never really seen a film like it. I think it won a lot of awards and it definitely deserved those awards. Finally, Willoughby's. If any of you have been to Cape Town or you're from Cape Town, Willoughby's. I can't stop thinking about this place. It's a sushi restaurant. It's so random. It's in a shopping centre, which I would never think somewhere great would be in a shopping centre. It's in the V&A, which is like quite a touristy part of Cape Town. But everyone said you have to go to Willoughby's for sushi. So I went. It looks like a deli. It doesn't even particularly look very like Japanese. I would never ever have gone there without a recommendation. But oh my God, I've never ever tried sushi like it. And I live in London where there's really, really good food, but it's I mean, the food in Cape Town in general was incredible, but this place, Willoughby's, the sushi was like, they have something called salmon roses in South Africa, which we don't have here, which is salmon sashimi wrapped around tuna sashimi. It's unreal. There was like a crispy rice sushi where it was sushi with like crispy rice on top. And then like the rainbow rolls, it was unreal. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm so upset. I genuinely want to book a trip back to South Africa, back to Cape Town, just so I can go to Willoughby's. I would eat there every day if I lived in Cape Town. It was unreal. Now, no other sushi will ever compare. So that was my final favourite. I really hope you guys enjoyed hearing all the things I've been loving this month. I'm excited to be back. I feel a little bit more like inspired to make more videos. I'm thinking I might take a step back and be a bit more relaxed with my upload schedule, just so I can work more on better videos maybe. I don't know. I feel like just before I went away I was on a bit of like an emotional YouTube roller coaster where I was kind of feeling on the edge of quitting a little bit. I think it happens to all of us. So I'm just kind of working through that and figuring out what I want to do. As always, if you guys have specific videos you want me to film, just let me know. And I think that's about it for today. So please don't forget to subscribe. I'm very close to 400,000 subscribers, I think. And that would be really exciting. I think that would give me a bit of a confidence boost. So please subscribe if you haven't yet. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.